Good morning, FS2 A and B. This is Mrs. Iman, and today we're going to read a lovely story related to our topic. And the title of our story is Rapunzel. Okay then, who writes the words in the book? Very good, the author. And who draws the pictures? The illustrator. Very good. Let's see what Rapunzel is all about. Once upon a time, there was a couple. A couple means a mummy and a daddy. They lived together in a small house. They wished to have a little baby, but they didn't have one. Then one day, they were expecting to have a baby. They were so happy and they were looking forward to have a lovely little girl. The mummy used to sit at the window looking at a beautiful garden full of flowers and plants. That garden belonged to a witch and it had a very high wall. One day, when the mummy was looking out of the window, she saw lots of Rapunzels and lettuce in the witch's garden. She really wanted to make a salad and eat it all up with the Rapunzels and the lettuce and different types of vegetables. She told her husband, "Oh, how I wish to eat from the lovely vegetables that are in the garden." The husband loved her so much, and he went to climb up the wall to get her what she wants. The daddy went and climbed up the high wall and jumped into the garden and picked up a few lettuce, Rapunzels, and different types of vegetables for the mummy to make her lovely salad. And he went home quickly and gave them to her, and she made a lovely bowl of salad. Look how happy she is and how she's delighted eating her lovely salad. Every day, the daddy used to climb up the wall and jump into the garden and pick different types of vegetables for the mummy to make her salad. Then one day, the witch caught him while picking up the vegetables from the garden. "Who are you? Who are you, thief over there? What are you doing in my garden? Stealing my vegetables, are you? Go away!" The daddy was so scared. And what did he say? He said, "Oh, witch, I'm really sorry, but my wife is very hungry and she really needs to eat vegetables to be healthy because we're having a new baby girl very soon." As soon as the daddy said that they're expecting a new baby girl, the witch calmed down and she looked very wicked. And she said, "Okay then, you can take all the vegetables from my garden. But as soon as your baby girl arrives, I'm going to take her." The daddy said, "No, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I want my baby girl." She was so wicked and she said, "I'm going to take her like you took the vegetables from my garden." The minute the little baby girl was born, the witch snatched her and took her away. The mummy named her Rapunzel, and she was so beautiful. She had beautiful sparkly eyes and golden long hair. She was very pretty. She started to grow up and the witch took good care of her. She loved her, but her mommy and daddy were so sad because they missed her so much and they really wanted her back. Rapunzel grew up. Years passed by and she turned into a beautiful young lady with long, long hair. The witch was very worried and scared that Rapunzel would leave her and go and look for her mummy and daddy. So she thought of an idea. She took her deep into the forest and put her in a tower that had no doors whatsoever. It only had one window. The witch used to visit Rapunzel every single day. She used to call, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair so I can climb without a stair. And that's how she used to get into the tower. As soon as the witch used to call her, she used to let down her beautiful long plaits, her braids, and the witch used to climb up into the tower on her long hair. Then she used to leave. Rapunzel used to stand at the window all day singing, looking at the dicky birds flying all around, and she was always used to think, will anybody come by to play with me? Will anybody come by for me to talk to? I'm so lonely and sad. One beautiful sunny day, the prince got onto his horse and went for a ride deep into the forest. He heard a beautiful voice singing and the birds flying around. He thought, oh, what a beautiful voice I can hear. He looked up and he saw Rapunzel. He said, oh, such a beautiful girl she is. Every day the prince used to go deep into the forest and stand underneath the tower listening to Rapunzel singing. He started to love her so much. Then one day he heard the witch calling Rapunzel, and we know what she says for Rapunzel to let down her beautiful hair. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair so I can climb without a stair. And Rapunzel lets down a beautiful plait and she climbs up. The prince heard the witch say so, and now he knows what he can do to meet Rapunzel. So the prince walked to the tower and called Rapunzel. He said exactly what the witch used to say. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair so I can climb without a stair. And Rapunzel let down her beautiful long golden plait, and he climbed up to the tower. The prince entered the tower through the window. Rapunzel at first was scared. She said, "Who are you?" But the prince was very nice to her. He said, "I'm your friend. I really love your voice and I've been coming every day to listen to you sing. You have a beautiful voice and you have beautiful eyes and hair too." She said, "You really seem nice." They fell in love and they got married. Rapunzel told the witch that she was going to have a baby too. She thought the witch was going to be happy, but the witch was not happy at all. And she shouted at Rapunzel and she said, "I'm going to cut off your braids, your plaits, so you cannot let them down and have anybody visit you again." Rapunzel was so sad. She loves her long hair so much. But still the witch got the pair of scissors and cut off her long braids. She sent her off in the woods to live far, far away. That night the prince came to visit Rapunzel, and he climbed up the plait that was dangling down the tower. But it wasn't Rapunzel. The witch had her plait hooked at the window, and he thought that Rapunzel was waiting for him. But it wasn't Rapunzel. It was the Wicked Witch. He was so scared. Can you see how scared he is? The poor prince was very scared from the witch. He fell out of the window and he bumped his eyes. He got hurt. They hurt him so much that he had to cover them and walk using a stick. He walked into the woods, calling for Rapunzel, wondering where she went. He loved her so much. Suddenly, while the prince was walking in the woods, he heard that beautiful voice singing again. It was Rapunzel. He was so happy. He ran quickly towards the voice singing, and it was. She threw herself into his arms, gave him a big hug, and they had twins, a beautiful baby girl and a beautiful baby boy. The prince took Rapunzel back to a beautiful castle. She wasn't going to live in a tower anymore, and she wasn't going to live alone in the woods. She was going to live in a beautiful castle, and she was going to be a princess, married to the prince. And she lived happily ever after. The end. Nice story? Yes, it is. Thank you for listening. Bye.